Hi everyone, and thank you so much for coming. Today the video will be devoted to the case of deforming arthritis in my right middle finger. We first see the results and then some techniques to straighten the finger. So here's the finger as I showed last time, and here are a few new pictures. My feeling is that the finger is already a little straighter. The protrusions on both sides seem attenuated. Here, in this close-up, a deep line continues to go around the area, while it stops here in front of the bump. Ditto the right side. The line continues to go down here, and I am already inside the finger. In the old picture, the line goes further and becomes blurred here. In the old picture is a sharp hook. In this close-up, it has become a wavy line with above a straight line. So it is the tip of the finger that straightened first. And this is already the key to straighten the finger. It is through the fingertip that all the techniques, as we shall see, must work. This photo is a last-minute pic, and it confirms the trend. The finger started to straighten. That's it for the first month, always the most difficult. There is progress, but maybe somewhat difficult to see. And why is it so difficult? Well, I'll finally explain. It is during this phase that we can see the most ups and downs of the substances movements. The substances are moving indeed. They change place. They travel literally. It often happens that I put the poultice on the biggest bump and the volume diminished there, but then I could see on the other side that the volume increased. So it means the substances moved to there. Remember video 7? I noted a flattened left side and an inflated right side. Partially this was due to the eczema, and partially it was due to the substances that had moved to there. Here in the close-up, we get the same feeling. It seems to me that the substances here, which were here in the oblique line, have moved to here and increased the volume here above. I was and am nevertheless happy with this result, because when the substances start to move, it is a good sign. It is a sign that healing has begun. So osteoarthritis bumps, whatever they are called, parrot beaks, indurations, calcifications, exostosis, spurs, those bumps are actually very malleable substances. I would even say that it simply depends on how we treat a finger for it to return to its normal shape. After an initial phase, and during which we must persevere, progress are becoming more important, more visible, and over time also faster. We are now going to see some techniques to straighten the finger. I already mentioned that they all must work through the fingertip, so let's see now more in detail. Since my right middle finger points into the direction of the little finger, I must ensure that a pull is exerted towards the opposite side to the little finger. And I'll have to use some force here on the fingertip. So neither here nor there, only on the fingertip. The first technique is how we put the poultice and how we keep the finger. I've been obliged to change somewhat my usual tactic. I sum up in 2 words. I usually put the weight of the poultice on the biggest bump. By weight of poultice, I mean the bottom of the tea bag where the most straw goes. And in case the substances move elsewhere, I follow them with the next poultice to where the volume has increased. If I would apply my tactic to the deformed middle finger, this is the biggest bump, and I would rub this way, as in video 2, as well as the other layers. I will just take one. So, what will happen? The finger is pulled towards the little finger. This will sharpen the hook, and the finger might deform even more. So it is better to put the weight of the poultice on the other side and wrap in the opposite direction, this way, as well as the layers. This is not easy, so I would wrap it this way. This will exert a pull to the left, to the side, the opposite side, to the little finger, to the index, and thus gradually straighten the finger. If it's too difficult, one can put the poultice as usual and monitor the position of the finger. Make sure to sit comfortably and find a way to exercise the traction. For instance, we can sit in the sofa and put the hand and the finger between the cushions whilst making sure to exert the traction towards the index. One can also use the thigh. I show with a little demo. So, this is the thigh. One can put the fingertip below the thigh. The fingertip goes down into the cushion, and the rest of the finger is pushed into the good position by the cushions. All that remains to be done is just move the finger and the hand a bit further to the left. If needed, put a book behind for the finger and the hand to stay in this position. One can also put the fingertip upon the thigh and lift the finger. This is a really very comfortable and very good exercise. The sofa is really one of the best places to hold hands. It offers plenty of possibilities. First, you will have an abundance of heat. I have a fleece blanket on the sofa, and it makes the outer woolen layer as a heat source even more efficient. Furthermore, by wedging your hand in the cushions, the pressure is equal everywhere. It acts like a strip around the poultice. Kneipp says it may be done because it ensures that the poultice will touch the skin around evenly. And finally, the finger is protected from the air. Another idea is to simply put your finger on the pillow when you go to sleep. This is also very easy and very effective. Second technique, do as if you are playing the guitar or the drums. See what happens when you play guitar. I take my left index, which has straightened this way. So assume the thumb is the guitar neck with a string. The finger bends and turns on the guitar neck while automatically applying a traction towards the left. I can do the same exercise with my middle finger. So the finger bends on the guitar neck and turns on the guitar neck and applies a traction towards the index finger. So how much exercise until the finger can do everything that my left middle finger can do? For instance, I can touch with the fingertip the palm of the hand. With the right middle finger, I can't reach the palm. So I will exercise as much as it takes. One can also play drums with the middle finger. for instance, on the mouse, usually we click with the index finger this way. But one can use the middle finger and click with the right side of the fingertip. It's quite easy and good daily exercise. Some people have also the bad habit to launch the mouse to the right. It happened that my finger hurt from this repetitive launching, and I realized it contributes to the deforming of the finger. So it can be avoided simply by using the middle finger to click so it stays on the left mouse button. And that's it for today. There are many other exercises you can do, even more so when one keeps in mind Kneipp's words. It is not the patient who must adapt to the water application, but the water applications to comply with the patient's needs. For me begins now another month, plenty with suspense. I'm curious to know which results will give mere exercising without poultices, so I shall probably for a week or so give priority to intensive exercises. Thank you so much for listening. Until the next video.